So welcome you all for Tunggal online classes. We are discussing the chapter dual nature of matter and radiation. In that last class we completed laws of photoelectric effect. Okay Nara? So what is the failure of, now today class we will discuss, so failure of wave theory. So wave theory of light, wave theory, what are the main failures for explain dual nature, for explaining the dual nature, or for explain, I will call better photoelectric effect. So photoelectric effect. What are the main drawbacks of wave theory for explaining this photoelectric effect? Failures of wave theory. Huygens wave theory could not explain the photoelectric effect. According to what, first you should know, to explain this concept, you should know clearly what is Huygens wave theory. Light is a wave nature. Intensity of light, so depends upon amplitude. Intensity is the measure of amount of energy radiated per second per unit area. That is called as intensity of light. And whenever a light incident on any surface, that light will be distributed uniformly. Okay Nara? That so regarding the wave theory we know. Now photoelectric effect laws you should know. So why it is photoelectric effect is a instantaneous effect. So what is threshold frequency? Okay, why mainly three why kinetic energy increases with increasing the frequency. So these points you should know. Okay, so first failure, first point I will call. According to this wave theory, whenever light is a wave, whenever so light incident on any surface of the metal, so light is the form of energy, so that energy will be distributed uniformly over entire surface. Here light, so here it is not a particle because it is a wave, the total wave will be distributed on the surface. So after distribution, that energy of the light given to not single electron, so energy of the light will be given to all electrons equally. So after taking that energy only, the electrons are ejected out. But this all time being process. Light to come, that wave to come, and incident, then distribution, then energy transfer, then electron to eject. So it is not an instantaneous effect. According to which theory? According to wave theory. Now I will consider so wave theory. According to the wave theory, and what is according to practically? Practically what is there? According to this point, so according to wave theory, photoelectric effect is a photoelectric effect. Effect is not instantaneous. Not instantaneous. It is not possible instantaneous. But actually practically photoelectric effect is a which effect? It is an instantaneous effect. Instantaneous effect. So Huygens could not explain why it is an instantaneous effect. As per the Huygens wave theory, photoelectric effect is a time taking process, but practically it is an instantaneous effect. So it is one of the failure of wave theory. So this is theoretically and this is practically. Which one we need to believe? Practically. Practically it is instantaneous, but theoretically it is not instantaneous. So this is a first drawback. And what is the second drawback is, so according to this wave theory, the energy of the wave, so intensity means according to the wave theory, so what is the meaning of intensity? So according to wave theory and according to practically. So according to the wave theory, the energy of the light will be decided by intensity. So wave energy is decided by intensity, and that intensity directly proportional to amplitude. Amplitude of which one? That vibrating particle. The amplitude of vibration of the particle when wave is propagating through medium, the wave energy or intensity directly proportional to amplitude. So intensity of the wave, intensity is the measurement of which one? Energy. So nothing related with which one? No, frequency. That is nothing related with the frequency. Are you getting it? So there is no relation between the intensity and frequency as per the wave theory. So as per the wave theory, so there is no frequency is not deciding factor for the photoelectrons to eject. But according to practically every photometal, there exists certain minimum frequency. So that frequency name is called as threshold frequency. The concept of threshold frequency could not explained by wave theory. Because how threshold frequency? Generally to lift the electron, so that amplitude is a deciding factor as per the wave theory. So what is needed? Certain amplitude of vibration of the particle is the deciding factor for intensity. So nothing related with which one? Frequency. And that radiation not required certain minimum frequency in order to eject the electron. But practically the radiation required certain minimum frequency in order to eject the electron. So this is the controversy between the wave theory and practically. So wave theory is telling that no minimum frequency required for the radiation to eject the electron. But practically, so minimum frequency is required in order to eject the electron. So which one is correct? Practically only we should accept, not theoretically. So this is the second controversy with this wave theory. After completion of this, the third one is. So according to the wave theory, now what happen? Energy will be decided by intensity. According to the wave theory, so what should happen? The kinetic energy of emitted electrons will be should increasing the intensity. Actually with increasing intensity, that energy of the wave will be decided by the intensity. When light of more intense means more energy incident on the metal surface. When more energy incident on the metal surface, what happens? Kinetic energy of the emitted electrons increases with increasing intensity. But practically, kinetic energy of the emitted electrons are increasing with increasing frequency. So there is nothing relation with the frequency in which theory? Wave theory. Are you getting it? So wave theory is telling that the kinetic energy of emitted electrons should be increased with increasing the intensity. But practically, kinetic energy increasing with increasing which one? Frequency. So this is also one of the controversy with this wave theory. So these are the main three drawbacks of the wave theory. So first one is, according to wave theory, when light incident on a metal surface distributed uniformly, then energy will be transferred to all the electrons which are on the surface, then electrons are ejected out. So that's why photoelectric effect is not an instantaneous effect, but practically it is an instantaneous effect. The second point is, so there is no certain minimum frequency required to eject the electron. So but practically there is certain minimum frequency required to eject the electron. And third point is, so according to the wave theory, the kinetic energy of emitted electrons depends upon intensity, but practically kinetic energy of emitted electrons depends upon which one? It depends upon the frequency. So these are the three drawbacks of a wave theory. So that's why finally wave theory or Huygens wave theory could not explain photoelectric effect. The photoelectric effect could not explained by Huygens theory. Then one more scientist came, that is Einstein. So Einstein's photoelectric equation or Einstein explanation for photoelectric effect. Scientist name Einstein, well known in physics. We will not forget that name in dream also. So until the physics is there, everyone will use that Einstein name. Okay, Einstein and Newton names that commonly you know that. And in this Einstein, so what he did for explaining the photoelectric effect, he considered Planck's quantum theory. He applied Planck's quantum theory for explaining the photoelectric effect. So what is Planck's quantum theory? According to Planck's quantum theory, so light consists of discrete energy packets are called as what? Quantum. Light will travel in the form of quantum, like packets. light will have, so light will transfer in the form of discrete energy packet. That energy of one quantum is called as one photon. That packet energy, one packet energy is called as what? Photon. That energy of that photon given by E is equal to h mu, where mu is the frequency of light. What is mu? Frequency of light. So this is Planck's quantum theory. They won't ask you Planck's quantum theory, but Einstein explained. So which theory? Planck's quantum theory, to explain which effect? Photoelectric effect. Are you getting Gara? So according to Planck's quantum theory, what is the nature of light? Discrete energy packets are called as quanta. Quanta, fixed value, that is called as quanta. Now, how Einstein solved this problem of photoelectric effect? By using Planck's quantum theory. According to Einstein, now this is the metal surface. Now the radiation incident on a metal surface. So according to Einstein, radiation nothing but light will have discrete energy packets are called as photon. Whenever a radiation incident on the metal surface, so a collision will occur between the electron and photon. Electron is collided with the photon. Photon, you know that. It is not proton, photon. Photons are nothing but energy particles, energy packets. So that photon rest mass value will be 0. Photons, when they are in motion, so then only they will have a mass. Regarding the properties of photons, if I want to study the properties of photons, so photon properties, just so you should know photon properties. That photons, so what is the energy of the photon? First one is energy of the photon. Energy of photon. So what is that photon energy value given by? So E is equal to h mu, or which can be also written as hc by lambda. This is the photon energy, where h is the Planck's constant. Which value? Planck's constant value, and whose value will be equal to, so 6.625 into 10 to the power of how much? Minus 34. What are the units are given by? So joule second. This is the energy of photon. And what about this one? Before this, I will write the first property, the rest mass of the photon. Rest mass of photons, photon is 0. When photon is at rest, it having no mass, and this is the value of energy of the photon. So second property, the energy of the photon. And the third property, so what is the momentum of photon? What is the momentum of photons? Photon momentum is given by according to Einstein, E is equal to Planck's quantum theory, E is equal to h mu. According to Einstein, E is equal to mc square. Then h mu value is equal to mc square. H mu value hc by lambda will be equal to m into c square. So C value cancel. mc is equal to p, which is equal to h by lambda. So what is the momentum of the photon? Photon momentum value p is equal to h divided by lambda. So this is the momentum of photon. So basically, just some points are given. If they ask, write down the properties of photon. Till now they didn't ask, but if they ask means you can write. Photon rest mass energy 0, photon energy value this much, and photon momentum value that much. Even if I want there, we can also calculate the mass of the photon also. Photon mass value also can be calculated, na? That is. So just you should know what is the meaning of photon. Photon is the particle which is there in which one? Which is there in the quantum. Now according to Einstein theory, whenever a radiation incident on the metal surface, a collision will occur. Which type of collision? Elastic collision. Elastic collision. So what photons are carrying? Photons are nothing but energy. What is a photon of energy? h mu. During this elastic collision, so energy of the photon given to electron. Which electron? Electron which is there on the surface. But remember, one photon can interact with one electron. Here the important point is, so 1 to 1, like in mass you will come to know, 1 to 1 function. It is not 1 to many. One photon cannot interact. This is everything according to Einstein. So one photon cannot interact with all the electrons. or many electrons. One photon can interact with only one electron. So elastic collision will occur between the electron and photon, during which the energy of the photon given to electron. That electron utilizes according to Einstein. So electron utilizes energy of electron, energy of photon in two ways. In how many number of ways? In two number of ways. The energy of the photon utilizes by the electron in two ways. The first one is to just come out from the metal surface. From the which surface? Metal surface. So you know that is the minimum amount of energy required to come out from the metal surface is called as what? A work function. A part of energy will be used as work function. And what happened to the remaining part of energy? The remaining part of energy of photon utilizes to increase its kinetic energy. Its which energy? Kinetic energy. So these are the very two important points. According to Einstein, whenever a radiation incident on the metal surface, a collision, elastic collision will occur between the photon and electron. This is an elastic collision. Both momentum and kinetic energy conserved. Okay, elastic collision will occur between the electron and photon. During this, the energy of the electron. So actually, which one? Energy of the photon. Energy of photon given to whom? So given to electron. That electron utilizes the energy of the photon into how many number of ways? Two number of ways. So one is to just come out from the metal surface, which is nothing but work function. One part of the energy to overcome the work function, and remaining part of energy to increase the kinetic energy. So if I want to write the mathematical form, if E is the energy of the electron, that energy utilizes for work function the phi naught plus increasing of kinetic energy, so which is given by Ke max. Electrons will come out with the maximum kinetic energy. So Ke max. So this is, can I write? This is according to law of conservation of energy. The total energy of the photon neither created nor destroyed. Total energy utilizes, but not equally. A part of energy to come out from the work function, a remaining part of energy for increasing the kinetic energy. Whenever the work function of the metal is less, the electrons will come out with maximum kinetic energy. Whenever the work function value more, electron will come out with the minimum kinetic energy. So can I write from this, E value is equal to H into mu, so will be equal to phi naught plus Ke max. Can I write? So can I write? Are you getting this? Now I want to obtain expression for Einstein photoelectric equation. So from this remaining part I will write this. So, and what is the Ke max value? So Ke max is equal to 1 by 2 into m into V maximum square, which can be also written as E into V naught. So from this what can I write? H mu is equal to phi naught plus 1 by 2 into m into V maximum square. So if mu value equal to mu naught, what is mu naught? Threshold frequency. Whenever the frequency of radiation equal to threshold frequency, so what happened to the maximum kinetic energy? 0. You know that na? In that graph also we have seen. If I plot the graph between kinetic energy and frequency, so graph is a straight line. Corresponding to which point? Corresponding to here y-intercept value mu naught. Whenever the frequency value mu naught, what happened to kinetic energy? 0. So whenever the frequency exactly equal to threshold frequency, electrons will come out or will not come out? Will come out with 0 kinetic energy. When I write Ke maximum value 0, here what I will get? H into mu naught value will be equal to phi naught. So this is the formula for which one? Therefore work function. So what is the formula for work function? The work function formula will become phi naught is equal to h into mu naught, which can be also written as h into c by lambda naught. H into c by lambda naught. Are you getting Ara? What is phi naught value? H into c divided by lambda naught. So what is the name of lambda naught is called as? Lambda naught is called as a threshold wavelength. Calculating work function is very important for us. To calculate the work function, what needed to give? So they needed to give the frequency value, work function phi naught, whenever the frequency equal to threshold frequency, h into mu naught, which is h into c by lambda naught. Since what is the reason? Since, so what is the relation between c is equal to mu into lambda, where lambda naught is called as threshold wavelength. What is lambda naught name? So threshold wavelength. What is the meaning of threshold wavelength? Threshold wavelength definition ra. So threshold wavelength, it is the maximum wavelength. So maximum wavelength of incident radiation. Maximum wavelength of incident radiation above which incident radiation. So above which there is no photoelectric effect. Above which there is no photoelectric effect. There is no photoelectric effect. Very important definition. Actually frequency and wavelength both are reciprocal. Frequency more means wavelength less. So we defined a threshold frequency. Threshold frequency is the minimum frequency below which there is no photoelectric effect. Now what is threshold wavelength? It is the maximum wavelength of incident radiation above which there is no photoelectric emission. This is called as threshold wavelength. Now can I substitute? What can I able to write? So can I write is equation 1. Now from equation 1, h into mu will be equal to phi naught value h into mu naught plus 1 by 2 into which one? 1 by 2 into m into V maximum square. From this 1 by 2 into m into V maximum square is equal to h into mu minus h into mu naught, which can be also written as 1 by 2 into m into, so V maximum square will be equal to h into mu minus mu naught. H into which value? Mu minus mu naught. What is the equation we got? This is called as Einstein's photoelectric equation. Einstein, which equation? Photoelectric equation. What is this equation name? Einstein photoelectric equation. Even this equation can be also read, we know that, but the 1 by 2 into m into V maximum square can be also written as E into V naught. That we know that now. So from this, E into V naught value is equal to h into mu minus mu naught. H into which one? Mu minus mu naught. We can also write Einstein photoelectric equation in terms of the stopping potential as E into V naught is equal to h into mu minus mu naught. So this equation is very important for us. All numericals of this chapter maximum based on this equation only. So Einstein photoelectric equation. Okay Nara? So this equation is the one of the consequence of law of conservation of energy. Now we will see by using this equation how Einstein explained the laws of photoelectric effect. Okay Nara? So this one till understood? So after this, what is the question is Einstein theory of photoelectric effect or Einstein explanation of photoelectric effect. Einstein's very important question for 5 marks. Einstein's explanation for photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect. Actually, if this question given for 3 marks, directly you can start now onwards. The question given for 5 marks, you can write before Einstein equation also. With the Einstein equation, if the question given for 5 marks, with the Einstein equation, you can explain the laws of photoelectric effect. So what are the laws? You know that now? Instantaneous, threshold frequency, kinetic energy increases with increasing frequency, and one more important law also I forgot that. Even in laws of photoelectric effect, one small point, laws of photoelectric effect. Electric effect. What are the laws I told you? The first law I told you, it is a instantaneous. Just roughly I will write instantaneous. The second law I tell you regarding threshold frequency. For every photometal, so there exists certain frequency is called as a threshold frequency. And third one is for frequency greater than the threshold frequency, so photo current, what happen? Kinetic energy value increases with increasing the frequency. And the fourth one is, so for the frequency greater than the threshold frequency, saturated current increases with increasing the intensity. So actually for this point, instead of this fourth point, you can also call when mu value greater than mu naught, so photo current directly proportional to intensity. The fourth law, instead of that statement you can also write, or otherwise better I will write it as fifth one. For the frequency greater than the threshold frequency, photo current increases linearly with the intensity. So these are the laws of photoelectric effect. Einstein explained this laws of photoelectric effect by using this photoelectric equation. What is Einstein's photoelectric equation? What is Einstein's photoelectric equation? Photoelectric equation. What is the equation, According to Einstein, the photoelectric equation given by 1 by 2 into m into v maximum square is equal to h into mu minus mu naught. Now by using this one we can explain. So okay, Nara, the first one. So why it is instantaneous? You have to write in statement. Why it is instantaneous? Why photoelectric effect is instantaneous? According to Einstein, whenever a radiation incident on the metal surface, a collision will occur. Which collision? An elastic collision will occur. An elastic collision will occur between the electron and photon. So during which the energy of the photon, so given to whom? Electron. So then what happens? One photon can interact with only one electron. So after giving the energy, if that energy is sufficient, then electron will come out. So this all will take place immediately. That's why it is an instantaneous effect. So wave theory could not explain why it is instantaneous. Now Einstein successfully explained, so why it is instantaneous. According to Einstein, when radiation incident on the metal surface, the energy of the photons will be given to, so this is a collision will take place. Quickly a collision will take place between the photons and electrons, during which the energy of the photons will be given to electrons, then electrons will come out. So that is called as what? That's why it is instantaneous. And whereas the second one, since all photons are not capable to lift the electron, so in order to lift one electron, what we needed, the photon should give sufficient energy. For example, electron work function value, electron, so what is the work function of electron is, for example, 2 electron volt. Now a photon is supplied energy of 1.5 electron volt. So this photon now cannot lift the electron. In order to lift, how much energy, minimum energy required? 2 electron. But energy of the photon decided by which one? Frequency. So that's why to have the 2 electron volt, the photon should have certain minimum frequency. According to Einstein, so the energy of the photon depends upon the frequency. In order to lift the electron, that photon should have certain minimum frequency. That minimum frequency only called as what? Threshold frequency. So this is the explanation for threshold frequency. That's why for every photometal there exists certain minimum frequency. So this frequency depends upon nature of the photometal. It is not same for all photometals. That you know that, na? Are you getting, Ara? So that work function value, should be balanced by energy of the photon. The work function value more. So more on we needed energy of the photon should be more. Then threshold frequency should be more. Are you getting Ara? So how Einstein explained the second law? According to Einstein, the photons required a sufficient energy to lift the electron. But the amount of energy of the photons depends upon its frequency. That's why for lifting of electron, that photons needed certain minimum frequency. That's why the radiation needed certain minimum frequency. That frequency called as what? A threshold frequency. What is that frequency name? So threshold frequency. And what about the third one is, now you see, so when if mu value greater than mu naught, whenever the frequency greater than the threshold frequency, what is Ke max formula? Ke max is equal to h into mu minus mu naught. Since mu naught value always constant, h value constant. So that's why when the frequency of radiation is more than the threshold frequency, kinetic energy value increasing with increasing which one? Frequency. Obviously, Nara. For example, mu naught value some 2, h value already fixed. If I made mu value 3 minus 2. If I made mu value 4 minus 2. If I made mu value 5 minus 2. With increasing the mu, what happened to kinetic energy? Increasing. From Einstein equation, it is cleared. It is cleared. So what is that? According to the Einstein equation, so what can I tell? Whenever the frequency of radiation incident more than the threshold frequency, so kinetic energy value increasing with increasing frequency. Are you getting Anna? So this is the third law. How can you explain? And one more. Here, there I am keeping the laws. Here I am explaining. So second law can be also explained by using Einstein theory. What is Einstein theory? So kinetic energy or Ke max will be equal to h into mu minus mu naught. If mu value less than mu naught. So what happened to Ke max? Kinetic energy value will be negative. But kinetic energy is a scalar. It never be negative. Kinetic energy negative means imaginary. It is imaginary. So what is the meaning of imaginary? Means no photoelectric effect. It is not possible. No photoelectric effect. When no photoelectric effect is possible? If the frequency of radiation less than threshold frequency. That is only Nara. For every photometal, there exists certain minimum frequency. If the frequency less than that threshold frequency, there is no photoelectric emission. You can explain the second law directly by using which one? By using Einstein equation. Now second law, we can explain the Einstein equation, and third law also we can explain Einstein equation. Fourth one and fifth one together you can explain. So better I will consider. So fourth one, fifth one. Fourth one and fifth one common, explanation is common for fourth one and fifth one. So actually, according to this theory, according to Planck's quantum theory, intensity definition is, intensity is the measure of number of photons incident per second per unit area. Per unit area. Intensity is the measure of the number of photons incident per second per unit area. So actually now what happened? If the frequency mu value greater than mu naught, frequency greater than the threshold frequency. Now actually what happened? With increasing of intensity, when intensity increases, with increasing of intensity, so number of photons are increasing. Number of photons which are incidenting increasing. When number of photons are increasing, number of electrons ejected. How many number of electrons ejecting increases. When number of electrons are increasing, photocurrent is increasing. Either Y saturated current directly proportional to intensity, or otherwise Y current is directly proportional to intensity. Since intensity is a measure of which one? So number of photons incident per second per unit area. For example, if there are 1000 number of electrons are increased of suitable energy, 1000 electrons will come out. When I increase the intensity to 2000, then 2000 number of photons are incident, 2000 electrons are ejected. So in this way, what happened? The number of electrons are ejecting depends upon the number of photons incident. but number of photons incident depends upon intensity. So that's why intensity is a deciding factor of photocurrent. For the frequency greater than the threshold frequency, so what happened to intensity? Intensity increases with increasing which one? With increasing the, photocurrent increases with increasing the intensity. This is the Einstein explanation for photoelectric current. Einstein explanation for photoelectric current. And in this Einstein explanation, last one note for today class. So by using the Einstein equation, we can plot the graph. Graphical questions are very important of this chapter. So graphs. What are the graphs we come across this chapter? So first graph we come across the graph between, so which one? Photocurrent and intensity. Photocurrent to intensity. So graph is a straight line. And second graph drawn between photocurrent and the potential of anode. Anode potential. So that graph one is like this na, for different intensities. So graph will be like this for I1, I2 and I3. And one more third graph is, so graph drawn between which one? Photocurrent and potential for different frequencies. Potential. So what are the graph? So graphs are like this for different frequencies. This is one more graph we got. Correct? And this is for mu1 and mu2 and mu3. And this is V01, this is V02 and this is V03. So now by using Einstein equation, what is Einstein equation? Ke max is equal to, so h into mu minus mu naught. This is of the form y is equal to mx minus c. So if I plot the graph between which one? Maximum kinetic energy, Ke max, maximum kinetic energy and frequency. What is the shape of the graph? So graph shape is a straight line with a negative y-intercept. So what about the y-intercept value? Will be of negative y-intercept. Okay, Nara? So where does it intercepting? If this is O, so this intercept is there na? This OC, this is of C, this OC value, or otherwise if I call this value, so this value will give you C. From this, what is the slope of the graph? The slope will give you Ke max is equal to h into mu minus h into mu naught. Which one I can write? Ke max is equal to h into mu minus h into mu naught, which is of Ke max. So that is of the form y is equal to mx minus c. What is the slope of the graph will give you? Slope of the graph will give you h, which is Planck's constant. So Planck's constant from this, which one? From the graph drawn between maximum kinetic energy. I will draw this graph better. So this time I will draw the same graph. So this side, what is the graph drawn between? So kinetic energy Ke max is equal to h into mu minus mu naught, which is Ke max is equal to h into mu minus h into mu naught. One note to this. So this is of the form y is equal to mx minus c. If I plot the graph between which one? Maximum kinetic energy Ke max and which one? Frequency. So graph is a straight line with a negative y-intercept. In this graph, so this one is there now. If I call O, this will give you y-intercept. So y-intercept value is given by h into mu naught in this graph. And what is the slope? So slope of the graph will give you, here directly I will write, so slope of the graph will give you Planck's constant h. So Planck's constant. And the y-intercept value will give you y-intercept. If I call the graph name some AB, So y-intercept will be give you O. Y-intercept is nothing but OB. That OB value is h into mu naught. H into mu naught is nothing but a phi naught. Phi naught is nothing but a work function. Work function. So in this graph, what is the y-intercept value will give you? Work function. 4 graph. So photocurrent with intensity, photocurrent with potential of the anode, photocurrent with the potential of the anode for different frequencies. This is for different intensities, and that is a graph drawn between which one? So graph drawn between frequency and the kinetic energy. And one more important point there only. What is Ke max? Ke max is equal to h into mu minus h into mu naught. But Ke max value can be written as E into V naught is equal to h into mu minus h into mu naught. From this, V naught value is equal to h by E into mu minus h by E into mu naught. Even this is also of the form y is equal to mx minus c. If I plot the graph between which one? So between the stopping potential and frequency, so graph is a straight line. What is the shape of the graph? Straight line with a negative y-intercept. But here compare both. Slope of the graph will give you h by e. Slope of the graph will give you h by e. In place of m, h by e. And if I call this is O, this graph name is AB. So this is there, na? This y-intercept value will give you. So y-intercept will give you h into mu naught by E, which is phi naught by E, work function by E. Understood, Ara? So from the graph, if we want, we can calculate the Planck's constant, okay, Nara? And we can calculate the work function. Is it okay? And here, where it is intercepting, here is there. So where this x-intercept is there, now that will give you mu naught. What is the x-intercept value will give you here? So x-intercept will give you mu naught. What is mu naught? Work. So that is threshold frequency. Which frequency? Threshold frequency. If this threshold frequency value less means work function value less. Threshold frequency value more means work function value more. We will get some numericals based on these two graphs. These two nodes are very important. Understood, Ara? So that's it for Einstein equation. Okay. So last one topic is there of this Einstein, that is of which one? Einstein solar cells. Solar cells and applications of solar cells. If that is completed means photoelectric effect is completed. One more part will be there. So that part is of which one? Dual nature. Okay. So tomorrow class will continue.